Facets of learner engagement. This briefing is intended to give academic staff an overview of some of the key ideas associated with how to engage students as learners. The ideas are intended to inform academic practice and ongoing innovation. It's useful to begin by defining learner engagement. Kahu in 2013 identifies 4 ways of understanding engagement. The behavioural perspective. This leads us to focus on effective teaching practice. The psychological perspective, recognising engagement as an internal individual process for the student. The social cultural perspective, how we value learning together. And analytic perspective, which draws together all of the above perspectives. In the context of professional development and curriculum design, thinking inevitably gravitates towards more behavioural perspectives of engagement because teachers want to know what they can actually do to involve students more as they deliver the curriculum. And this is the most widely held view of learner engagement according to Kahu. However, the psychological perspective is useful because it echoes a constructivist view of learning, one that recognises the importance of the student's reception and perception of knowledge and their readiness to learn. So this leads to thinking about establishing the conditions for learning and the academic being sensitive to the student's emotional state as affected by the course and indeed external factors. Making learning fun or interesting or developing motivational strategies are also outcomes of this way of thinking about engagement. Phil Askham in 2008, in considering mature students, for example, noted how there is an emotional intensity attached to the experience of learning that is often overlooked. The socio-cultural perspective furthers this by noting the importance of peers and the notion of fostering a community of practice. So the holistic view brings all of these things together into some equilibrium, and while not having the focus needed for curriculum design, it is likely to inform good teaching practice and the way academics think about their role and about academic values. An holistic view that both establishes learning tasks and also takes account of the emotional engagement of students is more likely to result in cognitive engagement, according to Gibson-Poskett in a paper from 2010. This holistic appreciation is likely to influence ideas about inspirational teachers, for example, those teachers who make a positive impact on student learning. Bradley, Kirby and Madriaga in 2013, in looking at inspirational teachers and student-nominated awards, found that data coalesced around the categories of student engagement, rapport with students, and around vocation. So looking at engagement, they note good teaching style, encouragement, passion for the subject, motivation, reliability, and challenge as being dimensions of teaching that students identified as being engaging. Entertainment was also highlighted by students, though the authors note that these characteristics do not work in isolation. Rather, engagement comes from these characteristics working together in various combinations. As Kahu says, engagement is fundamentally situational. It arises from the interplay of context and individual. Colin Bryson and Len Hand in 2007 and Kember et al. In 2001 refer to this as the teacher's disposition and their role in fostering a sense of belonging. So, while the teacher is not solely responsible for learner engagement, the academic role and their influence is clearly significant.